It's Week 14 of the NFL, where we'll see this team's field-stretching tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day,
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams. But now year 2, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here.
one thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
Motion man, set right. A second down throw for Mayfield. Backs to the rookie, third-rounder Jalen McMillan.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On first down is Mayfield. Godwin working the right side.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to bring up a third down. Baker gonna give it to Irving. Trying to drive his way forward. I think he is short, and he is. That means fourth down coming up.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, fourth down.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. A gain there of 11. And that will be a first down. He'll look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure.
That one intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They are obviously still smarting from that pick six a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with first and in trouble, and down he goes.
You know what they say about Murphy's Law, Mike? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. He's had a pick six earlier in the game. Now he takes a sack. Fortunate for him, there's a lot of football to be played, but this has been a disastrous start.
Short pass taken in by the tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
The Bucs offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Baker. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket. but he just keeps on chasing them, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Here's their punter now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. He'll throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Bucs have the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's the punter now. He's on for the second time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. They face 2nd down and 7. Here comes Otten in motion. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there.
Big opening up the middle. Now he's free at the 35. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Good on the extra point. And the Bucs move out on top, 14-0. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. Result is a first down.
Now, faking the give. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down. He'll drop to throw. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game. You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Slot man in motion right. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Back to the air one more time. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the...
It is brought in the end zone. Has a touchdown. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. This one caught left side by Evans. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. One final throw before the break. That is intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them, big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the AFC South in Nashville. Tennessee hosting Jacksonville. And that one tied 10-10 as they've gone to the break. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Carolina Panthers. A.J. Brown, a touchdown catch from Jalen Hurts. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Vikes' new quarterback for 2024, Sam Darnold, with 2 touchdown passes. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. They get 21 on that one. That's enough for a first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's in for the touchdown.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started. The extra point is up and through. And the visitors have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The veteran Mike Evans, he's heading back out onto the field with the rest of the Tampa Bay offense. And he was unguardable in the 1st half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That is caught by McMillan. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice 1st down pickup there by Jalen McMillan. And, Mike, as he tries to find his role in this Bucs offense, I think a lot of his opportunities are going to come inside at that slot position. Not only his ability to find soft spots and have good instincts to get himself open and uncover, but also the quickness to win man-to-man. And that combination is going to get him a lot of targets. Remember, he had 5 receiving touchdowns each of the last 2 seasons back in college.
On 1st down is Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A throw right side. Going to be taken in by McMillan.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's caught left side by Otten.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion. Continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They go play action with Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. A give. This is Irving. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. This one caught at the 4. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Baker. And he'll take it on in. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
To number 13. A gain of 11 on the play. Result is a first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up first and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some.
To the back of the end zone, he's got it for the score. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
Is good. Makes the score. Visitors 28. Buccaneers 21.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans getting set for this drive. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. There's Evans. He's got it. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw to the tight end, Otten with the grab. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Mayfield to throw. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Godwin working the right side.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Big play. 3rd and goal coming up. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The defense has got it.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're ready, you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind, and let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory, and after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
So now, this team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for our visitors. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.